This pine tree snapped during an ice storm and almost hit our house. The problem was, we were hundreds of miles away in our RV. With no power, freezing temperatures, and a freezer full of meat, we had no idea what we were going to come home to. We're Dave and Karen from Watts on Wheels. We roll, we camp, and yeah, we play. So we had 17 stops ready to go, knew exactly where we were going, all the reservations done. We're going to be going for 3.5 months all across Florida, and we wanted to get prepared. First of all, we got an internet backup battery
for the router, and then we got installed power failure alarms.
The freezer in the garage and the refrigerator in the house.
Yeah.
Because the one, especially in the garage, was just chock full of meat.
Yeah. Hate to lose all that.
We shut off the water at the street.
We did that, yep. And we set the home's thermostat.
Turn on the alarm system.
Yep.
Off we went. Now, for some reason, I guess it's because we're pretty rural where we are, we lose power a lot.
Yeah, it could be a bright sunny day.
And it'll go out for a couple seconds, back on. So we are in Florida, doing our thing, having a nice time, getting a couple of notifications, power off, power on, no worries.
Yeah, they only last a couple minutes or a minute or so.
Then the ice storm hit.
Parts of North Georgia getting slammed with our worst ice storm in years. Conditions continue to deteriorate as we anticipate another round of freezing rain all afternoon long.
The coldest of guys, 12 degrees, which is quite a bit for this part of the country.
And ice and trees don't go together very well.
No, they do not. We got a notification on our internet.
Freezer's out.
Freezer's out.
Kitchen's out. Refrigerator's out.
Power's down in the house. The heating system's down.
Security system, cameras were not working.
Yeah, the security system was on backup power, battery.
For as long as it'll last. Same thing with the internet, it only lasts like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Then we get a notification from Georgia Power on our cell phone saying the power was out, they knew it was out, and it'd be fixed in a couple of hours. Well, the thing is, if you go into Georgia Power, you can look at their map and it shows you the areas where they're out and how many people are out. Well, there were a lot of people that were out. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, it's going to be midnight. Then it's going to be the next day by 5 p.m. And then it's going to be maybe by midnight. It just kept, it ended up being several days.
Being a rural neighborhood, you're last on the list when it comes to getting power restored.
We have a portable generator because we had it from when we had our fifth wheel.
Yeah,
but if you're not here,
that requires somebody to hook it up and start it. Yeah. But we're thinking one of those whole home auto start generators. Yeah. We had one before, and it was nice to have.
In the meantime, as this storm is hitting, we're in a campground and we have to go to our next campground, which is in the Everglades.
Right.
And what's wrong with the Everglades, Dave?
There's no communication.
No cell service whatsoever. So now we're thinking, are we going to have to go home? We don't know.
There's no way to find out.
We figured, well, let's go a little further north, see if we can find a campground. I want to be further north where I have cell service. If I have something that goes wrong, then I could just turn around and go home.
A tree falls and hits the house. Water's pouring out the windows. I don't know.
We were lucky enough to contact Peace River, and they had a spot for us. In the meantime, we contact our friends Terry and Nancy, who they're also snowed in, iced in, and they have service, so they have power. So we asked them, when you can get out, do you mind coming and checking out our house?
Knowing them, they get a little stir crazy after about 10 hours. So they said, sure, we'll come do that.
Well, and our power stayed out. Theirs was still on, but ours stayed out. So they were able to eventually come to the house.
Mm-hmm. And I asked them before they got to the house to stop and get some RV antifreeze, just in case the power's still out, because they're saying the temperature's going to dive. And some to pour in the toilets and the drains and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because We may have shut off the water at the street, but
We did not drain all the lines or put antifreeze in the toilet. We weren't thinking it's getting down to 12 degrees. We were probably thinking at the most maybe 30 degrees.
yeah. So while this is happening, we've got them lined up to come. So they're on the way to the house, and we are pulling into the campground where we could still have cell service. This is, kind
Peace
of,
River.
yeah, Peace River. And as we're pulling into the campground, we're blocking the road. There's other people who are trying to get into their sites. We're trying to figure out where we can fit into this site. And then his phone rings, my phone rings, and we're out there, yelling commands and all this. It was just.
We're on the walkie-talkies, talking back and forth, watching hand signals, and
everything's just. It was
it all
like
culminated at once.
the perfect storm.
Oh yeah,
Well, so we didn't answer the phones. Because
right.
we want to just get off the road, and then we can figure out who it was and call it back. Well, that was our alarm service was calling me, called me twice, called you once or
we
twice.
couldn't shut down the alarms.
Well, ahead of time when when Nancy and Terry said that they were going to be coming up, I tried to remotely shut off
The alarm.
the alarm, but I couldn't. It wouldn't allow me to.
That's because our router was down because the battery that it's hooked to
Yeah.
ran out.
So they get here, they get in, and of course the alarm goes off. They didn't call us back to tell us that, but the police found out because
The alarm service.
called the
Well,
police.
the alarm service tried to call us.
Well, we ignored them, and then by the time we tried to call them back, the police were already here.
So next thing you know, they got Terry and Nancy down on the ground, gun pointed to the back of their head. No.
I did not. I talked to the police and said I was not able to shut off the system remotely.
Shut down the alarms.
So they're like, okay, no big deal. So they checked for water damage, flushed the toilets, did the antifreeze thing in the toilets and the tanks of the
Tanks and the
toilets,
bowls.
open up all the cabinets,
Yeah.
the circulation. The freezer was okay. Luckily, the freezer with the meat in it is in the garage, so it was darn cold in there.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about that one going bad.
Yeah, but we still had no power at this point either.
Yeah.
But they checked everything out. Everything was okay, except, and they sent us pictures. You had a pine tree that fell down and in fact, it nicked the gutter.
It nicked the gutter.
Almost hit the house. Crack, and the neighbors said they could hear the cracking out front, but they were just all inside the woods.
We got lucky on that one. The next day, we got notification that the power will be back on the next day.
Once we got notified the power is back on, we got to move on to the Everglades and complete
Finally,
our trip.
Yeah, I did not want to turn around and come back home.
So, lesson learned from this. When you travel for extended periods of time, make sure you have some friends or neighbors who can check on your home while you're gone.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thanks for rolling with Wax on Wheels. Want to help our channel grow? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell, or we'll come Jeep chasing ya. Hey, and leave us a comment. Even a quick hello makes our day. So roll, camp, play, and maybe fix something, and have a beer.